why he lost respect for you and how you could get it back, okay? And this story is one of those stories that, I'll be honest with you, the perspective you want to see this is more on the perspective of a parent and a child, and how a child loses respect for a parent, okay? And let me tell you why. Let's look at Eric Cartman, right? Eric Cartman is a character from the show South Park, and his mom is pretty much a pushover. She's a very nice woman. Maybe she is somebody who never got the love that she wanted. And so anything that her son does bad, she justifies it because she doesn't want him to get mad, because she thinks that if somebody's mad at her, they're gonna lose love. This is pretty much the gist of what I'm about to tell you guys, because this is something that happened with a girl that I'm seeing right now, where unfortunately I did something wrong and a little disrespectful, right? Unfortunately, right? And so she had a moment to call me out, and she didn't. And I'm gonna tell you what happened, right? So to put a show, I was with her, and you know, she lets me see other women, but she says, I don't want you to be texting other women when you're around me, right? And so I don't do that generally, but there was one time when I was, when a girl called me and I was with her and I picked up, and you know, she overheard the conversation and she was like, and she didn't say nothing, but all of a sudden she wanted to leave, right? She was like, yeah, I'm about to go. And she was like, I was like, ah, you sure? She was like, yeah, I gotta go, I'm busy. And she left. And then a few weeks later, you know, she was a little cold. I was like, oh, wow, she's pretty cold, right? And then I asked her to come hang out, and she came over, right? And then she was like, hey man, we're not gonna have sex. And I was like, oh, why? And I was like, well, because I know you called the girl when you were with me. And you sort of, I know you called her. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then I was like, no, I didn't. And she was like, I know you did. And I was like, no, I didn't. And she was like, I know you did. And she was like, well, the point is we ain't doing nothing today, right? And I was like, oh, really? And I was like, yep. Anyways, long story short, you know what happened. We had sex and stuff like that, right? And mind you, me, I'll be honest with you, a lot of you ladies may not believe this, but I don't 100% do the things I tell you guys, because you gotta be heartless to apply the shit that I say. You gotta be pretty fucking heartless to go full on to the things that I say. And I felt bad because deep down, I knew she made a huge mistake. When I told her that I wasn't talking to a girl, what she should have done was walk away. She should have said, you know what? You're not even willing to admit the fact that you were talking to a girl. You have a good day. She should have left. She should have left, but she didn't. She stayed. And yeah, sure, it was fun. Don't get me wrong, I liked it. But not that I lost respect for it, because I still respect her. I understand why she did that. You know, like you see, with me, I completely understand. You know, I understand the psychology. You know, I know exactly what to do to have her, you know, sort of like bring down her guard, right? And it's fucked up. Don't get me wrong, but she should have just left, because it would have made me feel a little bit more needy for her. It would have made me respect her more, right? So what I did the next day, not the next day, but a few days later, I was like, yo, let me tell you something, man. I'll be honest with you, you should have walked away that day. She was like, what do you mean? I was like, look, man, I know you have a kid, because she also has a kid, right? And I was like, look, man, you should have just walked away, all right? I still respect you, but the next time a guy does that to you, walk away. Don't stay. At least walk away. You can see him again. Bitch, just walk away at least, so that he can respect you. And this happens a lot with parents, where you tell your kid, don't do it, I'm gonna beat you. Don't do it, I'm gonna punish you. And you punish them, but you only punish them halfway. But you say, I'm gonna punish you for 2 days, and you only punish them for 1 day. And yet the motherfucker's happy, but deep down, that little motherfucker doesn't respect you as much. And so I told her, I was like, look, man, next time, just follow through. Don't be afraid if I'm not gonna like you or not. Just follow through. Now, I usually don't reveal the shit that I tell. I usually don't say that, right? But people, I have a heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know that that's the behavior that also extends to kids, you know? So it's kind of like, I bet, if, you know, I'm not judging her, you know, but because it happens to people, and plus kids are a little bit hard to resist. But, you know, she'll say, don't do that. You know, but single mothers, you know, they tend to sort of feel bad, you know? And so I get it. So I was like, look, man, I'll be honest with you, the reason why I told her, it was more or less because of me, but more or less because I want to make sure that she doesn't do that with her kid. I want to make sure that she follows through on her, because she's a very nice girl. She's a very, very nice girl. And I can see how people could take advantage of that, like I did in that occasion. Like, if you're gonna say something, don't just, you gotta follow through. People lose respect for that. People don't like talkers. If you're not, look, it would have been better not to her not to say nothing than to say something and not follow through. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot better to not say nothing and follow through. So don't bark. Don't bark. And I told her, I was like, look, man, it's okay to not please people. It's okay if you're suffering because, you know, you stood up for yourself. That's better. You know, and I want to make sure that she, you know, and it's sort of like, it's kind of like a magician revealing his cards, his tricks, but at the end of the day, people, I have a heart. At the end of the day, I have a heart. Like, I really do. I don't like fucking with people too much. You know, I really don't. Like, I personally, I tell people to do these things, but I teach people the extreme just so that they can find a medium in a healthy way and do whatever they want with using medium force, not full out force, you know? So that's pretty much the gist of it, man. Like what she should have done was she should have just left. So what could she do now? Next time, like for example, if I would have not told her what she did, you know, and let's just say she had sex with me and she left, what she should have done to gain my respect back, she should have broken up with me. She should have said, hey man, I know we had sex and stuff like that, but I think to me it felt like I felt a little degraded by doing that. And I think it's best that we don't see each other no more. That would have worked. If a guy's seeing you for a few months and he's known you for a while, you gotta realize that don't trust what they look like. Me, I'm a cold person because I don't know, I've always been like that, you know, I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to be nicer to people. I'm trying to, you know, like have more of a smile, you know, like and be more emotionally open to people because I tend to be pretty cold. But don't trust those appearances. Just because somebody looks cold on the outside doesn't mean they're cold. Like sometimes the coldest people, if you leave them alone, if you push them away, they become very, very warm. Because cold people react to other cold people with warmth. Like they'll like you as long as they feel like you don't like them as much. Like it's weird, but it's kind of like the way you deal with cold people is by being more cold, I guess. But you know what? Don't take what I'm saying. That's more something that I gotta process myself. But man, I'm telling you, man, like disrespect, man, and those moments will come of disrespect. Moments of disrespect will come. Moments when a guy offends you will come, and those are the moments when you show your value. Those are the moments. The moments when there's disrespect is when you show your value. It's your time to shine. And the way you do that, you walk away and you follow through with what you say. Your self-esteem is at hand. And I hope that she follows through what I told her to. I really do hope. Because again, when you like someone, when you love somebody, you bend a lot of rules, and man, like you just can't. Like they lose respect for you, man. You gotta follow through. You have to follow through, people. All right? I'm not a mean guy, people. Okay? You guys might think I'm evil, but I'm not. It's just that I have to teach what I teach. You know, it works. What do you guys want me to do? You guys want me to lie to you guys? It works. It works. That's why I teach it. But I always tell people, use it with caution. It's fucked up. Just use it with caution. That's all. And I hope most people are like this, and maybe I hope some people are nicer than me, but it is what it is, people. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces, one is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're going to be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right?
This one will teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women on power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship. And this, a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you could read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so most likely I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you could pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. Oh, I'm closing the channel.